Welcome to the bridge of the Here's to Us on What Yacht To Do. Today we are going from our wall in Joliet. We spent the night here, nice quiet night. Had breakfast at the Route 66 diner and we're ready to go. We called the Brandon Lock, said they're ready for us. So we are going to get going. It's about 30 minutes down to there. So we'll be locking through the Brandon Lock and hopefully 2 more locks. And we have 10 bridges. Only one of them has to open for us.
Leaving the Joliet wall. Now the last time we were here 2 years ago, there were about 15 to 18 boats. You know, some were rafted off of each other because the locks were being worked on. They were getting ready to close. So there was a mad rush of loopers trying to leave here. So this morning is just 4 of us parked here. That boat behind us is Wayward Travelers. Check out their YouTube channel. Really entertaining. Subscribe to them. We enjoyed visiting with them last night. But you can see that bridge is open right now, but if that one were down, there are 4 bridges that you need to have opened. Now there's another looper boat there, and another boat that came in really late last night, and that's it. That's all that's on the Joliet wall. Now usually when I pull away from the dock or wall or wherever we are, I talk to you a little bit and shut the camera off and pull the fenders up. But this time, the lockmaster has instructed us that we're going to be tying up on the starboard side. So you can see I left my fenders down there in place, and we're going about 15 minutes down the river here before we get to the lock. This is the McDonough Bridge that is opening for us. Our buddy Dale back there that's working the Cass Street Bridge, he was on the radio this morning with us as well. We had a chance to visit with him.
Motor vessel Here's to Us is clear of your bridge. Thank you, McDonough. See you, Dale.
Well, pop-up rain shower came, but look at the beautiful rainbow. You can see the whole thing. What an awesome treat this morning as we approach the Brandon Lock. This bridge is 20 feet in the center, which is the highest point. So we'll be fine under there. So Sam is going to move over a little to the center. You see those 2 lights? One on each side hanging down. What adventure is all about. It's never dull. Yeah, so Sam said there's a good current coming out of here, and there usually is whenever there is a lock involved.
An update from the bridge on our journey here. We're about 20 minutes out from the next lock, so I'll be giving them a call on the telephone to see what it's like. Because if there is, you know, another boat in there, we can adjust our speed so we don't have to be tying up. We just passed mile marker 2, 74.8, and on the left descending bank, which is to our port, was a marina called Three Rivers Marina. And just as I did some route study, I called them and they said, yeah, it's way too shallow in there. So, you know, just looking for options along the way. And on the river system, you'll notice, or I might refer to it, that the left descending bank or the right descending bank. And so that's a way to ensure that travelers on the river, because we're on a descending, we're going down river, so boats that are coming upriver can reference the either left descending, somebody's in a hurry there, getting to their fishing hole, I guess, left descending bank or the right descending bank. So if you're coming up the river or down the river, it's on whatever side it is, depending on how the river is flowing.
Yeah, the wind just is really treating us nicely today. Because locks are no fun when it's windy. And your boat, even though it's not a sailboat, acts like a sail. It's looking good.
So a little update here as we're going along to our next lock. We're about mile mark of 262 or so. And one of the things that I did was, when I was studying my route, was pick out a couple anchorages just in case, because we've timed it pretty good for a weather cell that was going through, but you really never know on these weather cells what's going to happen. So if you have to anchor, have a couple places that you could scout out to do. And so at miles 261 up here is Sugar Island, and there's a passageway that goes between Sugar Island on the west side. I don't know how now navigable it is all the way through, but there is a marked anchorage, so we're going to take a look at that anchorage as we go past on both sides of it. And you can read the notes and see about how deep it is and what the swing is, but what I like to do is, as I pick those out, even though we're not going to anchor there, I kind of like to take a look at them and say, oh yeah, you know, that kind of matches with the description in Navionics or Active Captain or whatever you're using. So we'll take a look at those. So out of the two of them, I would elect for the second one, Sugar Island West, versus the first one, Sugar Island East. Sugar Island West is a lot better because I can kind of sneak up on it there and see my depth, and the current is going to carry me downstream, drop the hook, and I would swing out a little bit, but I wouldn't be out in the channel where the toes are. So something to take a look at, and you study it and then you look at it and you see, okay, so you learn a little bit about it.
So what's the name of this one?
This is the Julie White.
The Julie White.
Yeah.
Sam just called them out on what channel?
On, well, I tried to get them on 14. Let's see what I finally did get them on. 16. And tried 12. But we got him on 16, and we maneuvered for the 1, because that's what I figured he'd want, going to the outside of the turn, making that. And he did come back and say, see you on the 1. So works out. We just bring the power back and steer manually here, and not a big deal. Still in 14 feet of water. Taking it slow.
That's a lot of barge.
That is a lot of barge. It takes a lot of planning, figuring out how to lead those turns with the current and the wind. I would imagine that's an art.
Got a red flag warning, dangerous cargo. Well done.
Yeah. Get back to course. Up the tower. Get to the lock. Trying to see what the winds are going to do when we're docked here, because I see another cell up there. Who knows? Or the unknown.
Coming up on the Marseilles lock. A couple years ago, there were probably, I don't know, 10, 15 boats, looper boats, waiting to go in this lock. And then today, we're the only ones going to be in it. So we really lucked out today. Sam has already spoken to the lockmaster on the phone and on the radio, and he said they're opening up the gates. So the gate is opening. Actually, it looks like the left side is opening. I hope the right side joins it soon. Because we have been through locks. Yeah, it looks like it's moving now. We have been through locks where only one side of the gate opens. It was in the Erie Canal, and it was lock 17. I won't forget that one because that is a huge lock. It's kind of weird just being able to go through one side. But this one's going to work out just fine.
We were very fortunate getting through the Marseilles lock when we did, and it's only a few miles down to the Heritage Harbor Marina. Great marina. Jeremy, a shout out to him, the harbor master there. He will talk you through the next probably couple weeks on your trip down the Illinois and joining the Mississippi. The marina is well laid out. There is a restaurant there. They have a courtesy car. There's a pool and a lot of amenities there. We enjoyed it. In fact, we stayed an extra day just because we enjoyed it so much. So thanks for joining us on this trip from Joliet down to Ottawa, Illinois, about a distance of about 48 miles.